Chosen one, pause. Stop everything. Let this moment find you exactly where you are, because what unfolds here carries weight that reaches beyond today, beyond next week, perhaps beyond this lifetime. The universe does not deliver messages by accident. You did not stumble into these words by chance. You were summoned, called by something ancient and urgent, something that whispers through the fabric of your spirit. This is the third and final warning. The third time the heavens speak your name. And when the divine speaks 3 times, the rules of mercy shift. In the sacred rhythm of heaven, the first call is mercy, the second is grace, and the third is the threshold. A line drawn not in anger, but in love. A line that says, this far and no farther, unless you cross it yourself. November 26th is not a random date on the calendar. It is a divine marker, a cosmic checkpoint where eternity and this present moment collide. And you feel it, don't you? That unease in your chest, that restless knowing that you've been here before, circling the same mountain, dodging the same call, delaying the same obedience. The voice inside has been patient, but patience, even divine patience, has a purpose. And that purpose is now. Deep within you, beneath the noise and the endless distractions, you already know what this is about. It's that relationship that drains your light, that addiction disguised as routine, that forgiveness lodged in your throat like a stone, that calling you silenced because it felt too big, too risky, too inconvenient. You rationalized it, postponed it, told yourself there would be a better time. But the heavens are declaring, time is not neutral anymore. The clock of mercy is striking its final hour. Before we go any further, if these words are stirring something real in you, there's a resource I've prepared that can meet you exactly where you are. It's called Prosperity Revealed in 3 dimensions. It's a simple, grounded path designed to help you align your inner world with the abundance, clarity, and purpose you've been seeking. Not empty promises, just practical spiritual wisdom you can explore at your own pace. Whether you prefer reading or listening, you'll find everything in the pinned comment and the description. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and when you're ready, come back. Now let's return to the heart of this message, because what we're about to uncover could redefine your next chapter. Perhaps everything in your life has conspired to bring you to this exact threshold. The exhaustion, the confusion, the gnawing sense that you're running out of chances. It wasn't random. The heavens see what you cannot. They see the distractions whispering comfort, the old cycles trying to reclaim control, the enemy fighting for one more foothold, and the door standing wide open between opportunity and loss. 2 roads stretch before you. One is paved with familiarity, with the safety of staying small, the comfort of decisions deferred. It promises ease. But at its end is a desert where nothing grows, where miracles do not visit, where every tomorrow looks like yesterday. The other road is steep. It demands courage, sacrifice, trust, but it leads to the mountaintop where rivers are born and the life you've been praying for is waiting. The resistance you're facing is not normal. The attacks, the doubts, the obstacles appearing just as you decide to move forward, none of it is coincidence. The enemy only fights what heaven has endorsed. If you felt opposition the moment you tried to pray more deeply, it's because your prayers carry power to shift the spiritual climate. If barriers rose when you attempted to leave toxic relationships, it's because your freedom threatens invisible fortresses. If doubt flooded your mind the instant you chose obedience, it's because a kingdom trembles every time you awaken to your true identity. Look at the pattern throughout history. Moses faced his greatest trial before he liberated a nation. Joseph was betrayed and imprisoned before he stood in the palace. David fought lions and giants in secret before he wore the crown. Jesus was tested in the wilderness before he transformed the world. Always, before the ascension, darkness attempts to block what is about to be revealed. Your calling is so significant that it provokes war. Your obedience is so strategic that the enemy orchestrates delays and distractions to prevent a single decision, because he knows that when you walk through that door, everything changes. The pressure you feel is not punishment, it is preparation. The attacks do not prove weakness. They prove your destiny is about to be unveiled. Everything was designed to delay you, never to destroy you. And God is declaring what was meant to be your downfall will become your crown. If this message is reaching something deep inside you, take a moment to like this video. It's a simple act, but it tells the algorithm to carry this to someone else who desperately needs to hear it. Your click could be someone's turning point. You've been hearing a voice for so long now. It whispers the same thing over and over. Change, move, break the pattern, do something different. But you delay. You say later, when things improve, when I feel ready. Every postponed tomorrow is another day locked in the prison of the old cycle. But that inner voice is not your imagination. It is the spirit pushing you toward the next version of your being. Delayed obedience locks destinies. God values action over intentions, surrender over excuses. Heaven is confronting every delay that has kept you circling the same mountains, repeating the same lessons, trapped in the same loop. Now, look inward. There is a door. It is literal, spiritual, and time-sensitive. It was prepared for you on the other side of your prayers, your tears, your dreams, your battles. The book of Revelation declares, I have set before you an open door, but God only opens. You must walk through, and open doors do not wait forever. Everything you desire, healing, restoration, financial breakthrough, freedom, a new season, it is all on the other side of obedience. Destiny is not automatic. It is conquered by the courage to obey the most difficult call. This warning is not meant to terrify you. It is meant to prepare you. God wants to protect you from missing the exact moment. Purpose does not pause indefinitely. Calling does not idle. When doors open, decisions determine directions. Now, everything depends on your yes. Heaven wants you to honor this moment, not out of fear of the end, but out of reverence for the new story that is about to begin. Subscribe to this channel if you want to stay connected to messages like this, ones that speak to the deeper current of your life. Turn on notifications so you never miss what's coming next. The journey doesn't end here. If you're wondering why so much warfare, here is the mystery revealed. You are too dangerous to the kingdom of darkness. The pressure confirms spiritual weight and divine momentum. The enemy fears what happens when you obey. And now, God is stirring your spirit, preparing the turning point. If you feel restlessness, hunger for change, thirst for truth, it is absolute proof that God has not given up on your calling. Everything that pulled you to this message is heaven's confirmation. You are chosen, set apart, anointed, protected, guided, and loved. Nothing you have lived through is greater than God's plans for you. It is not too late. You have not gone too far. You are not too broken. God is still fighting for your story. Every breath you take is an investment from heaven into your destiny. This warning is hope, not terror. Change is happening. A new season is forming. Breakthrough is near. The door is open, waiting for your courage. The question echoing through eternity is this: will you answer the call before it becomes only the memory of a missed opportunity? There is a profound teaching in the ancient texts. Proverbs says, "Acknowledge God, and He will make your paths straight." It is not a motivational slogan. It is a cosmic summons, because God cannot direct someone who refuses to move. The longer you hesitate, the louder the confusion becomes, and the quieter your purpose hides. This is the moment for courage, to advance despite fear, to trust beyond comfort. Destiny does not wait at crossroads. It chooses those who dare to walk where nothing is guaranteed, but everything is possible because God promised. Let me ask you something. How many more signs do you need? How many more sleepless nights? How many more near misses? How many more moments of clarity that fade because you didn't act? The universe is not subtle anymore. It is shouting. And this third warning is the loudest it will ever get. After this, there is only silence or there is movement. You decide which. Drop a comment below. Tell me where you're watching from and what part of this message landed deepest for you. I read every single one, and your words help shape what comes next. You're not just a viewer. You're part of this community, this collective awakening. The spiritual realm operates on laws most people never learn. One of those laws is this: obedience unlocks dimensions, disobedience locks them. You can pray all you want, fast all you want, study all you want, but if you do not obey the specific instruction heaven gave you, the door remains closed. The instruction is specific. It is not general. It is yours. And you know what it is. You've known for weeks, maybe months, maybe years. It haunts you in the quiet moments. It surfaces when you're alone. It presses on you when you try to sleep. That is not condemnation. That is invitation. God does not condemn you for where you are. He invites you to where you could be. And the gap between those two places is crossed by one thing: obedience. Not perfect obedience, not flawless obedience, but willing obedience. The kind that says, I don't understand everything, but I trust you enough to move. Think about the great figures of history. Not just biblical figures, but anyone who ever did something significant. They all had one thing in common. They moved before they were ready. They acted before the path was clear. They obeyed before the outcome was guaranteed. And every single one of them faced a moment like this, a moment where the heavens said now, and the world said, wait. They chose heaven. And because they did, we remember their names. If this video has challenged you, if it's made you uncomfortable, that's good. Growth lives in discomfort. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. You might be the messenger heaven is using to reach them. The warfare you're experiencing is not random. It is targeted. The enemy does not waste resources on people who pose no threat. He does not assign principalities to fight people who are content to stay asleep. But you are not asleep anymore. You are waking up. And that terrifies the powers that have kept you bound, because they know that a single awakened soul can dismantle systems, break generational curses, shift atmospheres, and inspire thousands. You are not just fighting for yourself. You are fighting for everyone connected to your lineage, everyone watching your life, everyone who will be impacted by your obedience. This is bigger than you, and that is exactly why the warfare is so intense. Hell knows what heaven has invested in you. Hell knows what you carry. Hell knows what is unlocked the moment you step through that door. And so it throws everything at you to keep you paralyzed, distracted, discouraged, confused. But here is what the enemy does not want you to know. His attacks confirm your assignment. If he is fighting you this hard, it is because your obedience will cost him territory. One of the most dangerous lies you can believe is that you have time. Time is not guaranteed. Seasons are not infinite. Open doors do not remain open. The Bible is filled with stories of people who missed their moment. The rich young ruler walked away sad. The foolish virgins arrived too late. The servant buried his talent, and every single one of them had an opportunity, a door, a moment. But they hesitated. They delayed. They rationalized, and the door closed. You do not want to be that person. You do not want to look back 5 years from now and realize that this was your moment and you let it pass. You do not want to live with the quiet ache of what if. The cost of obedience feels high right now, but the cost of disobedience is infinitely higher. Obedience might cost you comfort, relationships, reputation, or security, but disobedience will cost you destiny, and there is no price tag you can put on that. Before we continue, I want to hear from you. Comment below and tell me, what is the one thing you know you need to do, but you've been avoiding? No judgment, just honesty. Sometimes naming it is the first step toward doing it. Spiritual maturity is not measured by how much you know. It is measured by how quickly you obey. Children need explanations. They need to understand every detail before they move. But mature sons and daughters trust the Father's voice enough to act on it immediately. God is not asking you to understand everything. He is asking you to trust Him with the next step. Just the next step, not the whole staircase, just the next step. And when you take it, the next one will appear. That is how faith works. It does not give you the blueprint. It gives you the next move. You keep waiting for clarity, but clarity comes through obedience, not before it. You keep waiting for confidence, but confidence is built through action, not beforehand. You keep waiting for the fear to go away, but courage is not the absence of fear. It is obedience in the presence of fear. Stop waiting for conditions to be perfect. They never will be. Start moving and watch how the path clears as you walk. There is a particular weight to this moment. November 26th is not just another day. It is a divine checkpoint, a prophetic marker. Something shifts in the heavenlies on this date. A window opens, a grace is released, an anointing becomes available. But it is not automatic. You must position yourself to receive it, and positioning requires movement. You position yourself by repenting of delay, by renouncing fear, by declaring your yes out loud, by taking one tangible step in the direction of obedience. That is how you step into the flow of what heaven is releasing. There are people praying for a breakthrough who are standing one step away from it, but they will not take the step. They want God to do it for them. But partnership requires participation. God will not do for you what He has empowered you to do for yourself. He will not make the phone call. He will not end the relationship. He will not start the business. He will not have the conversation. You have to do that. But when you do, He will back you. He will provide. He will protect. He will open doors no man can shut. But you have to move first. If this is resonating, take a moment to share this video. You never know who in your circle is facing the exact same crossroads and needs to hear this today. Let's talk about the cost of staying where you are. You have calculated the cost of moving forward. You have looked at what it would require to obey, to change, to let go, to step out. And it feels expensive. But have you calculated the cost of staying? The cost of another year in the same cycle? Another year of frustration, another year of unfulfilled potential, another year of knowing you were made for more, but settling for less. That cost is not loud. It does not announce itself. It accumulates quietly, like interest on a debt you did not know you were accruing. And one day you wake up and realize you have spent years, maybe decades, in a place you were only supposed to pass through. God never designed you to build a house in the wilderness. The wilderness is a transition, not a destination. But so many people set up camp there. They get comfortable with discomfort. They normalize dysfunction. They domesticate their dreams. And years later, they wonder why they feel stuck. You are stuck because you stopped moving. And you stopped moving because you forgot that the wilderness has an exit. That exit is obedience. The third warning is not a threat, it is a rescue. God is not trying to scare you into compliance. He is trying to wake you up before it is too late. He is trying to pull you out of the fog, shake you out of the trance, snap you out of the delusion that you can keep delaying and still receive what He has promised. Promises are conditional. Not in the sense that God's love is conditional, but in the sense that the manifestation of those promises requires your cooperation. You cannot live in disobedience and expect the blessings of obedience. It does not work that way. The blessing is on the other side of the obedience, always. You have been praying for open doors, but God has already opened them. The problem is not the door. The problem is that you are still standing in the hallway, staring at it, analyzing it, questioning it, doubting it. At some point, analysis becomes paralysis. At some point, you have to stop thinking and start walking. The door will not come to you. You have to go to it. And when you do, you will discover that what looked like a risk from a distance is actually the safest place you have ever been, because it is the center of God's will. I want to ask you to do something. Pause the video right now. Close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths. And ask yourself this question: what is the one thing I have been avoiding that I know I need to do? Do not overthink it. The first thing that comes to mind is probably it. Write it down. Speak it out loud. Acknowledge it. Because the moment you name it, you take away its power to hide. Now here is the hard part. You have to act on it. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel ready. Today, right now, take one small step. Send the text, make the call, set the boundary, delete the app, book the appointment, whatever it is, do it now. Because every moment you delay is a moment you remain in the prison of the old season, and the new season is waiting, but it will not force itself on you. You have to choose it. There is a reason this message feels urgent, because it is. This is not hyperbole. This is not manipulation. This is truth. The window that is open right now will not stay open indefinitely. Seasons close, doors shut, opportunities expire, and while God's love never expires, His assignments are time-sensitive. You were assigned to this moment. This is your moment, not last year, not next year, now. And if you miss it, you will have to wait for another cycle, and there is no guarantee the next one will come with the same grace, the same favor, the same open door. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. These messages are not random. They are part of a larger conversation, a deeper journey, and the next one might be exactly what you need to hear. Let me tell you something about the number 3. In Scripture, it is the number of divine completeness. The Godhead is 3. Jesus rose on the 3rd day. Peter denied Christ 3 times and was restored 3 times. Jonah was in the belly of the fish 3 days. The number 3 signifies finality, fullness, completion. When God speaks 3 times, He is giving you the full measure of His mercy. But He is also drawing a line. After 3, there is silence. Not because He stops loving you, but because He respects your free will enough to let you choose. And if you choose delay, if you choose disobedience, if you choose comfort over calling, He will honor that choice. But you will live with the consequences. And those consequences are not punitive. They are simply the natural result of refusing to align with your design. You were designed for the mountaintop, but you have been living in the valley. And the valley is not evil. It is just not where you belong. You belong higher. You belong in the place where the air is thin, and the view is clear, and the presence of God is tangible. But to get there, you have to climb. And climbing requires effort. It requires leaving behind what is heavy. It requires enduring discomfort. It requires trusting that the summit is worth the struggle. And it is. Every single person who has made the climb will tell you, it is worth it. The enemy wants you to believe that obedience will cost you everything. But the truth is, disobedience will cost you everything. Obedience might cost you something, but it will give you everything that matters. Disobedience might let you keep something, but it will rob you of everything that matters. Do not be fooled. The cost-benefit analysis is not even close. Obedience wins every time. Tell me in the comments, what is one area of your life where you know you need to obey, but you have been resisting? Let's build a community of honesty here. No shame, just truth. There is a particular grace available to you right now. It is the grace of the 3rd warning. It is the grace that says, I see you hesitating, and I am giving you one more chance to course correct before the season shifts. That grace is precious. It is rare. It is not given to everyone. The fact that you are hearing this message means you are still in the window. You still have time. But that time is measured in moments, not months. Do not waste it. Some of you are thinking, but I have tried before and I failed. What makes this time different? Here is what makes it different. This is the third warning. The first time you were ignorant. The second time you were careless. But this time you are without excuse. You know what is at stake. You know what is required. You know the cost of delay. And that knowledge carries responsibility. You cannot unhear this message. You cannot unknown what you now know. And that means your next move is the most important move you will ever make. God is not asking you to be perfect. He is asking you to be obedient. There is a difference. Perfection is about performance. Obedience is about surrender. Perfection says, I will do it when I can do it flawlessly. Obedience says, I will do it even if I do it poorly, because God asked me to. And God honors obedience, not perfection. He honors the yes, not the execution. The execution is His job. Your job is to say yes. You have been carrying something that was never yours to carry. A weight, a burden, a responsibility, a relationship, a pattern. And it is crushing you. But you keep holding on because letting go feels like failure. It is not failure. It is obedience. God is saying, put it down. I never asked you to carry it in the first place. And the moment you release it, you will feel the lightness return. You will feel your strength come back. You will feel your hope reignite. Because the weight was never part of the assignment. It was a distraction designed to keep you from fulfilling the assignment. If this message has been a mirror for you, hit the like button. Let me know this landed. And share it with someone who needs to see themselves in it. Here is what happens when you obey. The moment you move, heaven moves. The moment you step, provision appears. The moment you surrender, clarity breaks through. It is not that God was waiting for you to earn it. It is that obedience creates the alignment necessary to receive what was already prepared. The blessing was always there. The open door was always there. The breakthrough was always there. But you were out of position. And now, through obedience, you step back into position, and everything that was waiting for you in the spiritual realm begins to manifest in the natural. This is not mysticism. This is biblical truth. The Bible is filled with examples. Abraham had to leave his country. Moses had to go back to Egypt. Joshua had to march around Jericho. Naaman had to dip 7 times in the river. The widow had to pour the oil. The instruction seemed strange. It seemed illogical. But they obeyed. And when they did, the miracle followed. Your miracle is on the other side of your obedience. Not your understanding, not your comfort, your obedience. The third warning is an invitation to step into your destiny before the door closes. It is an invitation to honor the grace you have been given. It is an invitation to stop rehearsing excuses and start walking in authority. You are not a victim. You are not powerless. You are not stuck. You are one decision away from a completely different life. One decision, that is all it takes, but you have to make it, and you have to make it now. Chosen one, this is your moment. The heavens have spoken 3 times. Mercy, grace, finality. You stand at the threshold. Behind you is everything familiar. Ahead of you is everything promised. One step, that is all it takes. But you have to take it. No one can take it for you. Not your pastor, not your friend, not your family. You. This is your story, your calling, your moment. Do not let it pass. Do not let fear win. Do not let delay steal what God has prepared. The door is open. Walk through it and watch how everything changes.